Hello to myself and everybody else. This is video 130. So far today, I'm still working with the free code camp video and everything, and this time we're going to be covering two topics. So far, the first topic is custom constructors with inheritance, and so far with that, again, all these examples are going to be kind of using the same code. It's just a matter of, again, the person in the video kind of copy and pasted a lot of stuff, and then we just like added a few things. So I'll go ahead and just show all the code first and then explain it. So this is the main CPP file. This is the person.h file. So far I'll show this and then just, scroll down a bit. Then the person.cpp file. Then the engineer.h file. Then the engineer.cpp file. Then the civil engineer.h file. And finally, the civil engineer.cpp file. Okay, so basically the whole thing and stuff with this is with the custom constructors and everything too with inheritance. Basically, if we just look at like, let's say person.h, because we're going to have to go down like a line here. Basically, this right here is the custom constructor and everything. Basically, be taking in a file name, or sorry, full name, age, and an address. Then the code and everything will be in this .cpp file and everything like that too. So it'll be around right here. And again, basically, it'll just kind of print out, the full name, age, address. And that's basically the whole thing it does there too. It also prints out custom constructor for person called, so we can know that this was called. Inside the engineer.h, again, we have the custom constructor and everything for the engineer set up right here. Basically, again, just saying take in full name, age, address, and contract count. Basically, engineer will be taking in the exact same stuff that was in the person header file, except it will just have one extra thing called contract count. And so far with that, again, just in the main CPP file, this is where like the inheritance and everything start kicking in. Again, we have engineer and everything stuff here and all that. It's taking in the same parameters, full name, age, address, and also the contract count parameter. Then right here we put a colon, and then we say person, the name of the parent class, the one that's inheriting. And then we have the same parameters here, full name, age, and address. Is going to be taking these parameters from person H over here and all that. And it's going to be, using them and printing them out here. And then also print out the contract count that's specific for this constructor in engineer. And then same thing, will print out like, we're using the custom constructor in engineer. And then the civil one will do the exact same thing, except it's taking it from, well, so far first to show, this is the custom constructor here, taking the same parameters, full name, age, address, contract count, and then an extra one called speciality. And then inside of the CPP file right here, they just again taking in the exact same parameters, except this time putting a colon, and it's inheriting stuff from the engineer class and everything before it. And it'll take the same parameters and add in its own as well, speciality, and then print out the constructor and everything stuff here. And so far, again, in the main CPP file, we made an object from the class person, made a person 1, and we print out the basic stuff here. I'll go ahead and just comment everything else out so we can just like, be able just to see exactly what everything's doing. So basically, we're going to run this again. We have an object called person1, and it's taking in the name, age, and address, and it's going to print this stuff out. So we run it. Right here shows it again, person1, person, full name, Jon Snow, age 27, address, Winterfell, and some numbers. Again, I got all this from the tutorial and everything on the video. So basically, again, just showing that. That's the custom constructor that was in person and everything here. So everything right here. And then the main code in the CPP file, all this. It also does print out at the top right here too, custom constructor for person called, letting you know that this was called and everything stuff as well. So we'll go ahead and just uncomment everything like just one at a time and stuff too and all. So I just move this down. And right here again, we'll be making another object stuff too using the engineer class. Call it eng1. And again, probably the same thing, name, age, address, but then it has the extra one called contract count. So just an integer, just put 12. It should work again. So it just takes a little while. Yeah, right here, this is where all the stuff is. Again, custom constructor for person called, then the one for engineer was called. Then from there, again, it prints everything out, engineer, full name, and all the information, as well as contract count at the very end. And again, so far, engineer inherited stuff from person. So then the last one, civil engineer, should be inheriting stuff from the engineer class, which is inheriting from person. So if we run it again, it should basically show that everything going down the line is inheriting one thing after another. So yep, right here, custom inheritance from person, then engineer, then civil engineer. Then it prints out everything again, name, age, address, contract count, and then speciality and everything. Based, that was the whole thing right here with just custom constructors, just showing like the order it comes out in and just how to do it. Again, kind of an overly complicated example with using all these files and everything. But again, that's just how this whole chapter is with this. That was the main thing I just wanted to show with just custom constructors with inheritance. And so far, the next thing the video talked about as well was copy constructor with inheritance. And so far with this, again, I'll just go ahead and show the code and everything first, and then explain what the stuff is and everything like that. So this is the main CPP file. Then the person.h file. Again, I'll just scroll down so you can just see everything. Then the person.cpp file. Then the engineer.h file. Then the engineer.cpp file. Again, to show this and then just scroll down so you can get everything. Then civil engineer.h. Then civil engineer.cpp. Again, just scroll down one more time so you can just get everything. Okay. And basically with this and everything too, we're making like copy constructors, which basically their whole purpose is just to like print out an exact copy of something you've made before. Like basically, like with this example and everything right here, we have an object for civil engineer. We call it eng1, and it prints out this information, everything stuff here too, name, age, address, contract count, and speciality. And basically down here, we have another one called civil engineer 2, and it literally just prints out everything that was up here in eng1. Basically, the whole point of this, just so it doesn't take up space if you need to do this for some reason. No idea practically why. There's probably a very specific reason, but the video didn't go over it. So really, it's a matter of this just showing how it can work. Also have this will work without changing the code. So without like, so basically use the code from the previous example I showed before from the custom constructors with inheritance. You can basically just kind of copy this, but I think it will come out blank. I think it's a whole thing with that. Like I said, the video went over a lot of stuff, and these long examples I have to keep typing out. Some things kind of blur together, but basically, again, just with this and everything as well, it's a matter of this is the copy constructor right here. So basically, again, person, constants, we make a reference and everything to person, stuff like that too, with the source. Again, I don't think any of the videos really explain what source was. Again, I'm thinking of just like the information that's in this, but again, I don't think that was ever really explained. Then in the person.cpp file, again, here we have the copy constructor, like code and everything here. Basically, everything inside of person. So again, the source and all that, full name, the source of full name, age and all that. So basically just kind of a copy of the stuff up here. It will just take this information, basically just, copying everything and stuff here. Engineer.h, again, same thing. A copy and everything like that here. And then the CPP file. We have everything stuff right here to make that copy. So far, the code above right here, this was something in the example. Basically, it showed you can do this, but everything comes out with like non and blank. So it will come out with like this default stuff here. So like non for the age, 0, non for the name, 0 for the age, and non for the address. So that's why it's like, don't use this code up here. So don't know why he showed us this first, but just did apparently. So basically, again, just this the main code and everything here. So it takes engineer, the information in engineer, then you put a colon and say inherit the stuff from person and take all the information there and then print out this specific information for this constructor as well in this class. And then the exact same thing, civil engineer as well, same thing, copy constructor, and then the code and everything and stuff right here. Exact same thing, and colon, inherit from engineer, the source and all that. Then the thing specific for civil engineer and everything here. So far in the main CPP file, it's again, like both of these examples work. I'm just going to just show the bottom one. So for this one is an object called civil engineer, makes an object called eng1, and it prints out the information up here. Then we have another object, civil engineer, call it eng2, and prints out everything that was up here. So let me just run it. You can just take a second sometimes, because sometimes this compiler can mess up. Okay. Basically with this and everything too, just seeing it. Again, the first one and everything here as well. Again, custom constructor from person, custom constructor from engineer, and custom constructor from civil engineer. And it prints out the information as civil engineer. Then down here, it uses the copy constructors for person, engineer, and civil engineer to print out the same information and everything as well. Basically, from what I kind of got from the video, it says the whole point of this is basically just so instead of you basically taking up more space to make a copy of stuff with this, you can just do it like this and it won't take up space. It'll just be using the information already there. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Again, long example, kind of all over the place because he showed a lot of examples of what not to do, which kind of made it a bit more confusing. But again, close as I got to what this is. So really that was it. Again, these examples in inheritance, they're all pretty trash, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just trying to explain them the best I can for myself in the future so I can just have like reference notes and everything. So again, just did the best I can with this. So to myself and everybody else, see you in the next one.